one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story comes to us from Almanac News. It's about First Amendment auditors. A group of self-described First Amendment auditors set up their cameras outside local businesses in downtown Menlo Park, California, on Sunday, March 29th, triggering complaints to the police and an altercation with a passerby. That's right, on March 29th, several people wearing black t-shirts and cowboy hats who are affiliated with the YouTube channels Impact Media and True North Transparency stood outside Ace Hardware and Drager's Market to record passerbys on the sidewalk. Videos posted to the channels and a report from the Menlo Park Police Department confirm that around 12:30 p.m., one of the videographers pepper sprayed a man during an argument outside Ace Hardware. Now, the group's filming unsettled customers and employees, according to the hardware store's manager. The police department received several calls about the group throughout the day, and they said it really felt like they were trying to stir up any emotion to get engagement from people, employees, or staffers, just simply for the sake of creating content, said the manager, who was on duty at the time and is not being named due to safety concerns. Now, police spokesperson Nicole Acker said officers responded to reports of the pepper spray incident, but the auditors involved had left before the police arrived. Investigators are working to identify those responsible and determine whether the use of pepper spray constitutes a crime. Or was it self-defense, The video posted by Impact Media on March 30th, that was Monday, titled Unhinged Man Attacks and Gets Sauced, shows a man outside of Ace Hardware telling a member of the group, brandishing a canister of pepper spray, spray that and I'll you, right before the auditor discharged the pepper spray into his face. He threatened him. Canada-based True North Transparency posted the interaction from a different angle. It did not respond to a request for comment. Other scenes in the video show the group filming pedestrians and saying things like, "I just need a picture of your face." While some people walk by, others ask the group to delete videos. The video also includes scenes shot at an Orange County hospital parking lot. The ACE manager said employees felt harassed as the group filmed them through the windows and antagonized shoppers. When he asked the auditors to stop filming, he said they refused and joked about creating 3D scans of people's faces to use in AI movies. The police told him there was little they could do since the group was on a public sidewalk. People were really yelling, and we started to get concerned that a fight might come into the building, said the manager. He said, my employees were uncomfortable because they were being filmed and then just seeing the customers' discomfort. The manager said he views the experience as a lesson. Try to keep your composure and ideally try not to engage. I think they get to create content and monetize based on your emotional reaction. Just understand that your frustration is just simply a way for them to monetize, he said. He said, I think of it as a more advanced or more modern way of begging. That's what everybody says. The First Amendment protects the right to film in most public places, but there are limits to the use of that footage in commercial applications. Now, commercial, YouTube is not necessarily commercial. So-called First Amendment auditors go to various public places and audit the public and government's response while they claim they are exercising their rights. These videos can rack up millions of views on sites like YouTube. Impact Media has been posting to his channel since December of 2022 and has over 100 million views across more than 2,000 videos. Acker, the police officer, said that while filming in public itself is not illegal, interfering with services, blocking access, or engaging in threatening or harassing behavior can be. She said people can call Menlo Park Police's non-emergency line. They give a phone number if any conduct becomes unsafe or disruptive. Said if community members encounter someone filming, the best approach is to remain calm, avoid engaging if you prefer not to be recorded, and simply continue with your business. That was according to the police officer, Acker. Said several locals said the group's actions clearly crossed a line. They were basically getting in front of people as they walked into the store with these cameras, trying to provoke them in some fashion and obstruct their shopping. Now, that was according to Redwood City-based attorney Andrew Waters, who witnessed the scene outside of Drager's. In a video Waters recorded, one auditor can be heard threatening to pepper spray him if he approached. He said there were people in the store who were genuinely severely distressed by this. The guy has his hand on this canister and was showing it to me and saying, "I'm going to mace the boot out of you." In Waters' video, two auditors argue with him while a third hides behind a trash can. As Waters films him, the man holds his hat in front of his face and backs away. Waters said he called Menlo Park's police's non-emergency line and later filed a formal police report, but said he felt discouraged by the response. He said, "I was not doing anything illegal or threatening. I was simply moving the camera around to get a clear image of their faces with both of my hands visible and holding the phone. I was at least 6 to 8 feet away from them at all times." That was in an email to Police Chief David Norris. Now, quote, "These bizarre interactions were inconsistent with the safe, comfortable environment that Menlo Park is known for." So according to public records, Impact Media is based in Spring Valley in Southern California and registered to Conrad Rankin. The channel does not list contact information, but it has been linked to other public disputes, including a brawl at Brentwood Post Office in Los Angeles County that left one man hospitalized and 3 arrested, according to news reports. But, First Amendment auditing and I've seen this where they stand in front of department stores and go, "I need your license plate." Got you. I got you. It's like, dude, come on. That's not a First Amendment audit. That's either a social experiment or that's just you trying to garner views. I don't get it. If you're going to do these audits of sorts, do the government buildings. And I'll give you one example and I'm done, but I want to give you an example of one I did. The Redlands Post Office. I stayed on the sidewalk. I was just filming the post office from the sidewalk. Nobody was walking up and down the sidewalk. And a postal supervisor came walking out to me and said, "You can't be recording." I said, "Sure I can." This is a federal employee. And she said, "Look, if any of my customers complain, I'm going to tell you to leave." I said, "No, you're not." She goes, "Yes." I said, "No, you're not." And then I explained to her the First Amendment, the right to public, to record in public, but I said the right to freedom of press, free speech. I have the right to be out here. I said, "You're a federal employee. You should know this. You work for the federal government. You should know this." And, I'm educating her, and she turned around and walked away. Now, my point of doing that was because of that, to educate her. The end justified the means in that particular video. My point is, what I'm trying to say is, all you guys who are standing in front of these department stores and these businesses, stop it. Stop it. Okay? Make it an educational opportunity to government employees, city, county, federal, state. Educate these employees. Educate the public. Standing in front of a department store and trying to garner views, that's not a First Amendment audit. That's you exercising your First Amendment to annoy people, I guess. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Let me know.